Hey YouTube friends, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Please consider subscribing and liking this video. So today's video, I thought I would share with you how I set up preschool for my 4.5-year-old. He is doing letter and number of the week, and we're adding some additional things. He's doing more of Matthew C now. He's in the primer. And for handwriting, he's still using Handwriting Without Tears. And then we are using All About Reading for his reading program. We're also telling time to the hour right now. This is just like the practice phase for him. It's not like he's proficient in it or anything. We're still working on it. So I have here a whiteboard that I use and I set up at my desk. And this is just where I come and I take each one of my kids and anything that they have to do with me independently. I just set up something similar to what I set up here for him. But of course it's more aimed towards what they're doing. So it's mostly like language arts and math for my two older students. But that's why I have the letter tiles up there, because we are using level 1 of All About Reading for one of my daughters. And so everything pertaining to whoever I'm working with will be kind of displayed in this area. He has more of a wide range of things because of course he's in preschool. So first we start with handwriting, and we use Handwriting Without Tears. I have here this mat, and this is to help him build the letter, and he's working on S today. So I'll just show you how this works. I don't have everything that's on the desk out like this all the time. Aside from this here, I'll have out and this, but I don't have like the clock and the stuff for math out, because he will just gravitate towards things and start doodling with them while we're trying to learn. So I try to keep that to the right at my side and then pull it out when it's time for those things. But I just put it out now so that you could see what we use. So we talk about the letter of the day, and the letter of the day is S, and this is actually for the whole week. If we go quickly with the letter, I do switch it to the next letter. So if he's doing a lot of activities, for some reason that week he wants to kind of just keep working, I'll let him, and then I'll just go to the next letter, whatever day follows. So first he's going to build it. I have these mats here from Handwriting Without Tears. And these are their wooden pieces that go along with it, and then their building mat here. So he'll just build it first. This is a center capital, so it starts like this. The reason it looks a little odd, if you're not familiar with Handwriting Without Tears, is because of the way they teach their letters. There's an order to them, and we're not following their specific order because we are doing All About Reading's order. And so I wanted to keep kind of like some continuity between what we're doing in both subjects. So I decided to do All About Reading's order, and since we're on S with them, he's doing S in his handwriting. But I do recommend highly following Handwriting Without Tears' order if that's all you're doing. So anyway, they teach Magic C. So as you can see, that's a C. And so since they've already learned the C in order to form the S, it's a little bit easier if it's already on that slant. So this is how he builds it. And then he's just learning that it's a center capital, so he'll build it here in the center as well. And then we flip this over and we just do this. This is a quick, my talking is taking a long time, but this is really quick for him. He probably takes a couple minutes to do all this. So we turn it around and he just identifies the S in this row, the sun in this row, but then we also talk about other things that begin with the letter S, again here, and then we talk about uppercase and lowercase s, and he just identifies uppercase. So that's it for that. Then we either do the flip chart, and this is the Good and the Beautiful flip chart that you get with their preschool program. We're not really doing that right now, but we do have it still. But I like the flip chart, so we're keeping those and we're using that with his letter of the week. And then this here I have displayed, and once we do those things, we talk about the S, and he just traces it with his finger here. He identifies that it's the S, and he just tells me what this is. You ask him this question, what do you wear on your feet? He says socks, and we talk about the letter sound. Same with saw, and then he just identifies what's in this picture. And that's it for the letter in this book. And this is Brain Games Kids Preschool Prep. And there's also numbers here. So when we get to our number 5 and we're doing our math, I just flip it here. And then this would be displayed up here when we're doing our math. Okay, so then next, actually I kind of skipped this, but we do this all the time too. When we're talking about our letter S, and we're here, there's some activities like the pre-strokes for S. He does this in his handwriting book, and I'll pull that out in a second to show you. But this just kind of gives you something to talk about with your child. And then here as well, while they're doing this activity. And he already did that one. So let's see here. I'm sure he did S. Yeah, so he did this one. So he's kind of rushing through. He loves to color and add all his different rainbow colors to things. He just loves that right now. So I just have to have him just to focus and to stop wiggling around, just to get all his curves so he stays on the line and forms his S. So he did a good job here, but then he rushed through to do his rainbow colors. But that just gives you an idea of how we do that. So that comes out. And then, this is the Readiness and Writing Pre-K Teacher's Guide. This is the kindergarten or preschool one, I guess. And so that is it for the handwriting portion. And then we go to the reading portion of his day. And we are doing all about reading. So he's on letter S, and this is the activity that he does for S. And I just follow along in the teacher's manual. We bring out Ziggy. He knows the letter S is the letter of the day. And so before we do this activity, he likes to color. So he does the coloring activity first, and then we do this with Ziggy. And I think we're still clapping syllables on this lesson, so we do that. And then what we love to do after he's done his activity, we read out of the rhyming alphabet for Zigzag Zebra, and it's only 2 pages. It's very quick for whatever letter we're on. S for skunk. There's only about like 2-3 pages. And then we finish that. And he likes to read out of his Alpha Tales, and these are all alliterative stories, which is perfect. So we just flip to S. And we do this story. This one is Seal's Silly Sandwich. There's some reading tips here for the teacher, and these are just alliterative stories that we do. And we did this last year too. He really likes it. And at the end, there's a cheer. And it talks about all the things, well, some of the things that start with S. So that's for the reading portion. And then when it comes to math, he has started on Matthew C. Primer. So he's about 5 lessons into this, and he's doing really well. So I just have his worksheet out that we're going to work on for math. And then we talk about just what comes before, what comes after, and we use the dice too, and we roll the dice, try to get the numbers. I usually have more than these out, but so we do kind of a hands-on math activity, and then he works on like a coloring book at the end that goes with 5, and then it also has him practice the rest of the letters that he had already done. So 1 through 5, it's going to go over. And this is from Handwriting Without Tears as well. Now this might seem like a lot for one day, and it is, and we don't do this all in one day. I'm just kind of trying to show you the order in which I would do things. If we started with reading, we would finish reading that day, and then we'd go on to the next thing and the next thing as the days progress. So I in no way have him do all of this at one time or one sitting. He can probably do more than one thing if he's in the mood and he wants to. We certainly just keep going at his pace. But this is just to give you an idea of how we do the whole setup for him. And then we work on a time to the hour. And this is just a really simple activity I do with him. But that's it, you guys. I hope you found this a little bit helpful and gave you a little bit of an idea of how I work with my preschooler. Hope to see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.